everyone, I'm Mishka and welcome back to my channel. In today's episode of Our Life, we are going to be continuing with the moments of step 2, which we are going to be doing moment 8, which is called Summerwork. But before we get into it, make sure to hit the subscribe button and share this video with your friends so then they can find out my amazing channel and my video just like you have right now. So yeah, let's get into it and I hope you enjoy. You stared out the window, watching the scenery pass by as your mom drove down the quiet streets at a leisurely pace. A singer crooned sweetly from the radio, turned low enough that you could block it out if you wanted. You turned away from the window when your mom suddenly spoke up. Well, kids, are you excited to be going to the library? Oh no, not another library moment. I guess? You don't sound so sure there, Mina. Mom wasn't wrong. It was what it was, but your real interest lay elsewhere. There hadn't been a time where you were super excited to go to the library.
So,
What about you, Kev? You're part of the conversation too.
yeah,
I like the library and I can work better there than at home.
sounds good.
Well, I'm happy this will be some use to you. Just make sure you're not distracted by one another. That would defeat the purpose of the trip. She grinned over at you briefly, so you knew she was kidding and meant nothing by it. Mom refocused on driving, humming along with the radio under her breath. You went back to staring outside. As you passed one street, you caught a glimpse of someone in brightly colored clothing passing out balloon animals. It sparked away a faraway memory, and you felt your lips twitching up before consciously remembering why. Oh wow, The Amazing Alexander. Oh my god, that was the second episode of Our Life that I posted. Oh my god. Wow, dude. That feels so long ago. How long ago was it that you and Cove watched The Amazing Alexander performing magic tricks? Hey Cove, do you remember that one guy? Maybe I do. Alexander, the amazing Alexander. He gave us dolphin balloons for free. At this reminder, Cove smiled faintly. Oh yeah, I wonder if he's ever there now. Maybe we should go check more often. Maybe. That was the first time we ever went down that street together, I think. I missed my balloon. He was a good dolphin for that one afternoon I had him. Yeah. Hey, Cove, what were you gonna name your balloon? You never told me. Oh, huh? I don't know. I can't remember what kid me was thinking. Probably something obvious like Flipper. You couldn't help the way your own smile curled up higher at the sentiment. You wanted to say something else but couldn't quite think of what, and so just settled back into your seat. When silence filled the car again, you returned your attention to the window. It was an absolutely gorgeous day. You leaned your face to the sunshine, tempted to close your eyes as the gentle rays warmed your cheeks. Mina? Huh? You lifted yourself up a bit more, seeing your mom twisting her torso to face you confused from the front seat of the car. Oh, did we fall asleep? Next to you was nothing. Cove's car door was already open. You had reached the destination before you even realized it. I was asking you, what time should I pick you two up? Oh, 4 should be okay. That should give you enough time to finish your summer assignments, or at least make a large enough dent. Thanks, Mom. You hopped out of the car, remembering to grab your backpack at the last second. Alright then, have fun you two. Yeah, fun. You were going to have fun at the library. You need to make sure that you understood the material forwards and backwards, or else your grades might not be what you need them to be. The two of you went right to the door of the library. Cove reached it first and tugged it open, stepping inside. He kept it propped open so you could pass through behind him. Thank you, Cove. You're such a gentleman. The air was much cooler inside the building than it had been for the few seconds you spent outdoors. The space was filled with the soft din of papers being moved and whispered voices. Hey, you kind of seem distracted on the ride here. Just enjoying the day. Cove looked dubious at the vague answer. Okay. What? Don't you think it's nice out?
I don't know.
It's pretty much always nice out here. Your study buddy was standing at the front of the library by a long rack of magazines. Predictably, he was flipping through one with various sports players in the cover, looking intense enough to burst off the page. His head snapped up when you walked over, beaming widely. Hey, Mina, Cove. Hi, were you waiting for a while? Not super long. Derek put the magazine back in its place, then he gestured to the space at his side. Most of the tables were empty, only a few people lifting through books. There's plenty of room. In unspoken agreement, the two of you started moving towards the seating area, Derek taking 2 steps for every one of Cove's. Oh, guess what? I'm pretty sure I've mastered the fake shot. I'll show you some other time. Derek looked over to gauge the level of interest. Do you know it? Soccer's not really for me. How does it go? Derek's eyes flashed with excitement as he explained.
Okay.
Well, you move the ball like you're going to go one way, then... He demonstrated by running a few steps ahead, showing off some fancy footwork. You do it like this, and it does it like that. You laughed, bobbing your head at his attempt to get the trick across with no ball. Shh! The three of you looked over to the checkout desk. The librarian stood behind it and was wearing a deep frown. You didn't think it was a big deal. You turned away, rolling your eyes. There was practically no one here, who were disturbing by being a little loud. Derek scratched his cheek, choosing not to let that derail things.
Oops.
So, what are you guys working on? What were you working on? You had started work on most of your assignments, not wanting to leave them until the last minute. You hadn't decided which to focus on this afternoon, though, so you had brought all of them. Who knows, there was a chance you would be able to finish all of them, or so you hoped. I think I'll work on my history assignment. We updated this timeline thing. It made sense to work on that while you were here, since you'd probably need to consult the reference books. There's some summer reading too. I have to go through an assigned book, but I'm gonna do that later since it doesn't need any extra references or anything. I've already finished the reading. Oh? It's not that long, and it's way more interesting than last year's book. Good to know. What about you two? I've got a few worksheets that they looked pretty easy, but my school gave us 3 books to read. Why can't they just stick with one? I'm also doing the timeline. You all found a table close to the tall bookshelves and set up camp. Within seconds, pencils and folders and books were strewn out on the surface. You focused on your work. There was no time to lose. You read the library people you knew, but you couldn't let that distract you. You checked the requirements on the homework sheet your teacher had given you, then opened up the textbook to the pages you needed. After some time, Ko shifted in his seat, twisting his back as if trying to work out knots out of it. Feeling antsy? You paid enough attention to Ko to recognize when he was no longer feeling comfortable. Yeah, I'm gonna wander around for a bit.
Talk to you later.
See you. I'm gonna stay here. I'm making good progress. Let's go with Ko. Let's take a break. You might as well take the opportunity to refresh yourself before getting back to work. The two of you strolled away from where you'd been working. Your eyes roamed over the titles of books as you passed by. Some were dull, some intriguing, and some were just strange, but you didn't spot anything that made you pause and pick it up. Looking for something? Always. I tear through books. I might go out of here if there's enough time. His comment reminded you of the clock ticking away. Even after you finish your work for the summer, the countdown to the new school year would still be on track. Before you know it, we'll be back at class. Yeah, we just got out and it's almost here again. Are you looking forward to going back? Ko rubbed his arm, drawing your attention to the scar he earned as a reckless kid, with his far-off gaze. Not really, I don't want summer to end. I like learning stuff, but the way school does it, I want to grow up already. Ko didn't feel safe knowing it was others who really determined what his life was like. You understood that much. Oh, we can touch him. Touch him softly. Instantly, you reached out to him. Your thumb stroked the back of his hand in a way you hoped was comforting. But there's a chance we could end up in the same classes. That would be nice. You nodded, glad that he was cheering up some. Trust Ko to look on the right side. I like that. A smile spread across his face, crinkling his eyes. What about you? Do you want to go back to school already? Yeah, I'm ready for school to start. There's a lot I've got to do. There was really no getting away from the topic at school right now. It prompted you to think back to the classes you were in. You pursed your lips. You wanted to enroll in art class. It wasn't mandatory at your school, but you definitely hoped to participate. Oh, okay. We can do... Yeah, I'll just do all these. There's so much out there to learn when it comes to the past. It would take ages to know everything. English. You liked the books we had to read in English class. The writing and science were engaging too. Math. You liked figuring out solutions to problems, especially if they're a bit hard at first. In science. You hope there'd be more cool experiences this coming semester, and that was all. Each lost in your own thoughts, you continued to stroll through the library for a little while longer until Ko caught your attention again. We should probably head back. Yeah, let's go. Before you could take a step back, Ko cleared his throat, avoiding your gaze. Thanks for listening before. You are welcome. Aww, Cove. Cove smiled, his cheeks pink. You jerked your head towards where Derek had been left studying. Time to get back to work. Cove and you rejoined Derek and settled back in as quietly as you could manage. Work continued as normal from there. The sound of shuffling dragged you out of your head. You looked up, surprised to see Derek packing up. Oh wait, hold on. You're done? Derek casually shrugged, but you could tell he felt proud to be the first one finished. Uh-huh. Told you it wasn't anything hard. Okay, so I'm taking so many pictures. What are you gonna do now? You wondered how Derek was gonna spend his newfound freedom.
Maybe.
I could look over what you're doing. Maybe I've got some tips that'll help. That'd be great, thanks.
I gotcha.
With a smile, Derek leaned over your part of the table. He took some time to get the gist and point you in the right direction before turning it back over to you. Derek leaned on the back of his feet. Okay, I'm gonna look around when you guys finish. See you. Bye.
Bye.
See you. Awkward. Later on, Ko shifted in his seat, closing his book as he looked over the notes he'd been taking. Glancing away, you contemplated what you had done thus far, too. You had finished everything. You felt relieved to have it done. Now you just had to hope it was good enough. Derek's advice made it easier in the end. Are you ready? It's almost 4. Yeah, I think so. Come on. The both of you gathered up your books, and after returning the ones you'd used for reference to their proper shelves, set off to find wherever Derek had wandered off to. He was in the biography section. Oh my god. His back was to the two of you, one hand above his head and the other supporting himself against the shelf as he strained to grab one of the books. Hey Derek, we're ready.
Okay.
Oh, okay. He glanced through the sounds of your voice and up towards the shelf he was trying to reach. I can get that for you. Yeah, thanks, Mina. Derek directed you towards the book he wanted. It was an autobiography of someone you'd never heard of before. And then the three of you moved toward the front of the library to wait for your rides. You stood close to the window and let out a content sigh, feeling the rays warm you from the slightly chilly library interior. You stared into space. The change of scenery was so refreshing. After so long at the same table, you watched the wind tickling the branches on a sycamore tree, making the leaves quiver. Oh, that's my dad's car. Derek lifted a hand away, pushing the door open and heading towards a blue pickup truck waiting in the parking lot.
Talk to you later.
See Mina. Bye, Cove. You watched Derek jog off before scanning the area for your mom. Sorry. Did you get everything done? Yeah, I've only got to get some thicker paper to draw in the final draft. I saw you're done. He smiled impressed. You felt pretty good about that. I feel like I need to come back to the library again before summer's over. Even if your assignment work was done, you might have to double check some things or do preparation for the start of the year. I'll come with you. I still have some stuff I can do. You smiled at the idea. Despite not working on the same thing, it'd be nice to have some company. I'm good with that. Hey, do you want to do something with me after this? Oh, sure. Cove seemed eager towards the offer. You hadn't exactly expected him to say no, but the agreement still made you happy. The two of you smiled at each other. Cove looked away after a second, and so did you, fidgeting with the hem of your shirt. Shirt. It wasn't long before you spied your mom's car coming down the road. There she is.
All right.
Time to go then. You climbed into the car, sliding into your usual seats and buckling the belts. Oh my god. Hey kiddos, did you get a lot done? I'm done.
Nice.
Amazing. The car shifted into action. You watched as the library shrunk into the distance. It wouldn't be the last time you saw it this summer, but at least you knew you were going to have company. You fielded questions from Mom while you tried to juggle a conversation with Cove. When she learned you two were planning on returning, she immediately offered to give you a ride next time. You continued to answer Mom's questions about what you'd been working on, then told her about your plans to stick with Cove after getting back. There was something knowing in her smile that made you pause, just for a moment. But soon enough, the trip was over. You had to ride back to your neighborhood. Cove had run over to his house real quick to drop off his stuff. You also made a pit stop to put your backpack away before heading out again. The two of you regrouped in the middle of the road, halfway between your houses. With everything wrapped up, you can now freely enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Your conversation resumed as you both began walking down the street together. The afternoon came and went, dinner was eaten, you were cleaning up the dishes left behind from it. Cove had elected to stay for the meal today. He passed you a couple of plates to rinse in the sink. Even though he didn't have to, Cove asked to do at least something to help. You scrubbed the last of them and let out a satisfied sigh. Okay, they're done. I'm going upstairs now. You addressed your guests for the evening. Are you going to come with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have to go back till later. Take it easy, kids. Thank you for the help. Okay, I'm sorry. When you got back to your room, you noticed your backpack from earlier. You figured it would be best to unpack the stuff you needed before going to bed. Cove flopped onto your desk chair and then spun around a bit as he got comfortable. He watched you contentedly as you walked across the room. He didn't need or expect you to try entertaining him constantly. It was just nice to be near each other, even when nothing was going on. You hefted your bag up onto the bed and sunk into the comforter. With that, you started to sort through books and paper pockets. Not all of it were things you need anytime soon. A small pile of the most important assets began to grow at the side of your backpack until you'd gone over it all. You had actually finished flipping through the contents, but that wasn't all your work. You instinctively pulled the opening closer to you and peered inside. Oh no, did we forget something? A second look through commenced, and then a third, and then you began to open the smaller pockets. You were missing your history assignment? What? Mina? By this point, Cove could tell something was wrong. You had spent the better part of the day completely finishing it, and now it was gone. It hadn't been that noteworthy before, but the bag wasn't really zipped when you first began to look through. Why? Are you serious? The work could have fallen out somewhere if you had it in the first place. It was best to think positively. You might find it somewhere, and even if you didn't, there are other things you could do to fix the problem. Panicking is never the option. My history work isn't in my backpack. It's not good to panic. You need to think positively. At your work, Cove jumped out of his seat.
No way.
Oh crap, is there somewhere we can look? The bag was kind of open, so he winced pathetically, then left a lot of options for where it might be, most of them bad. You resolved to check the backpack was originally left in. It couldn't hurt to look. With nothing in sight there, you expanded the search to the rest of the space. Cove did his best to stay out of your way while keeping an eye open for your missing work. It was a fruitless effort. Your assignment wasn't here. Oh, crap. Let's check downstairs. It might still be in your house someplace. Fine.
How are you?
Why, hello again. Is everything alright? You told your mom what was going on. I unpacked my bag and one of my assignments wasn't there.
I'm so sorry.
Sweetie, I'm so sorry. What's missing? An assignment for school from the library today. Mom's eyebrows shot up. Raised with concern at the answer. That's a pickle. I'll call right now. I think they may still be open. Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome.
Just leave it to me. Cove, honey, can you tell us if there was anything you noticed? You were with Mina, right? I saw the assignment when Mina headed out the library. I don't remember her putting it away, but I'm pretty positive there was nothing left on the table when we were done. He spoke resolutely. Before now, he had considered that something might have been left behind. You had felt the same when leaving, though it was hard not to second-guess things right now. Your mom re-entered the scene a few minutes later. The look on her face was not promising. Oh,
Wow.
great. So I got a hold of one of the librarians. They don't have any papers with your name on them. Not that I could see anyway. I'm sorry. Ugh, thanks for trying. Of course, sorry it was a bust. It's not your fault. Mina, hey, let's go over to my house. I can check my bag. Maybe I took it when we were packing up and didn't notice. It's not gonna be there. I think it's still worth trying. There was a leading tone to his quiet voice. Things were getting heavy here with your mom's worrying. Maybe he needs to get away from it, or maybe he thought you needed a chance to get away from it. Let's go. Kev nodded and made his way to the door. Your mom stood by with creased brows. Take care, kids. Good luck. Bye, Moms. You briskly made the trip across the street, and in less than a minute, you were going through the threshold of Cove's house. Cove had been in a rush earlier today, too. His backpack was tossed on the couch without a thought. No one had moved it since then. You can sit down or anything. I'm gonna look. He lifted up the backpack and unzipped it in a fluid motion. You were left to wait as he rattled around inside with an unexpected level of seriousness. You accepted his offer of hospitality. It wasn't possible to stop Cove on his quest, so you try to relax in the meantime. God, dude, it's not there. Eventually, he sighed heavily. Cove's arms were still tucked away inside, but the search was over.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's not there. It was obvious there wasn't much of a chance. Cove somehow had it this whole time. You just shrugged. That's alright. He dropped the backpack to the floor unceremoniously and spoke with a cautious
Are
tone.
you okay?
Is it? You're really okay? I really am. I can get another copy and rewrite this stuff. It's nice of you to ask about it. That's cool. I'm glad. Cove laughed lightly, and you noticed a small shake to it. He was clearly relieved that you were going to get through this. It was sweet. He had been more upset about the loss than you. I think it's admirable how you can keep it together like that. You were flattered he thought so. Oh. Cove was someone you were close with. That's true, but you hadn't expected him to say you were admirable. It was nice. Then the moment was interrupted by the piercing ring of the Holden home phone. You wordlessly stared at one another with raised brows. Cove's mouth formed a tiny frown. Kira appeared from the hall on the far side of the living room, summoned by the noise.
Hey, yeah.
Hi, Cove. Hi, Mina. I didn't know you were here. She strolled on past. Your eyes followed her. Cove's mom answered the call, giving a triple greeting to whoever was on the other end. A few ahs and uhs later, Kira thanked the person and placed the phone down once more. Mina, that was your mom. She said your stuff was in the car.
What?
Really? That's what I was told. No, I'll just return to the guest room. You can have your privacy. Cove's face cycled from shock to sour as his mom made her escape laughing. He shook the interruption off and refocused on you. They've got it. As you guessed, this wasn't going to be a big deal. They've got it. Cove smiled crookedly and shrugged one shoulder. We should probably head to your house. Your moms might want to talk to you. Yeah, my parents really care about me. They kept searching even after you left, and because of that, it all worked out. Cove nodded in agreement. Cove, it means a lot that you stuck with me. Thanks. He brightened up with sparkling eyes.
Don't worry about
Anytime, Mina. While stepping toward the door together, there was a thought in your head that you knew to be true. You were going to be there for one another with the small things and when it came to the big things. That was the end of moment 8. Oh wow, my voice is hurting, so I'm going to end the episode here. And yeah, but lastly, you're a gem, and thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye!